Hello, my motor enthusiasts. You're tuned in to F1 Motor Fever podcast.
Hello, Enzo. I heard there's a new shining star on the F1 horizon. Am I right?
Absolutely, William, and that would be none other than Ollie Bearman.
The lad from Alfa Romeo Racing. Quite a surprising performance in his debut Formula One race, right?
Spot on, William. At the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, no less. Despite short notice, he finished 7th, scoring 6 points in his first ever Formula One race.
Blimey, that is impressive. Did he have any hiccups during the race?
That's the thing, William. Fred Vasseur, the team principal of Alfa Romeo Racing, was all praise for Bearman's calm approach and ability to handle the pressure. He made very few errors.
Seems like Bearman is the full package. Anything else we need to know about him?
You bet, William. He's not just turning heads at Alfa Romeo. Haas team principal Ayao Komatsu also has his eyes on Bearman for some free practice one outings this season.
Well, it sounds like we've got plenty to talk about Bearman on today's episode of F1 Motor Fever podcast.
Hey everyone, your resident F1 enthusiast Enzo is here.
And this is your faithful co-pilot, William.
You're tuned into the same race, same time, every day with us on F1 Motor Fever podcast. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell to keep up with all the latest from the fast lane. Now, full throttle ahead. It brings back memories of my first experience covering a Grand Prix. The sheer intensity, the energy, it's incredible. Suddenly, you're in the thick of it, just like Bearman was in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, come on. Don't tell me you're comparing your debut as a reporter to Bearman's debut as a Formula One driver now.
Now, hold your horses. I'm not comparing our roles, just the situation. The pressure, the unpredictability, the need to adapt quickly, there are parallels, wouldn't you agree?
When you put it that way. Sorry, mate. I think you're right after all.
Talk about making an impression. Bearman made a splash on his Formula One debut at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix and was hailed as the driver of the day. Not to mention, he handled the pressure of driving for Ferrari incredibly well, despite being informed of his participation just hours before the qualifying round.
Quite a feat for a rookie, I must say.
Indeed, it was impressive. Despite missing the first 2 free practices and having never experienced a Formula One Grand Prix start or pit stop, he made no mistakes. When Norris and Hamilton were closing in, he managed to up his game and finish in 7th place. A commendable performance for a newbie.
He clearly demonstrated his racing prowess, managing his tyres and setting his fastest lap during the final tour of the Grand Prix. Even Vasseur, the team manager, had nothing but high praise for the young driver.
That's true, but let's not forget that this is just the beginning for Bearman. The real test will be his future performances in the Formula 2 Championship and possible further Formula 1 appearances. Staying grounded and focused on the task at hand will be crucial. Bearman's debut certainly has ramifications for his Formula 2 Championship as well. He was set to start from the pole position, and reclaiming his standing will be a challenge. But he'll be getting more opportunities to hone his skills with additional FP1 appearances this year.
He's definitely caught the eye of the right people. Over at Haas, team principal Ayao Komatsu was all praise for Bearman. He remarked on his impressive showing in Mexico and Abu Dhabi during his FP1 sessions last year. Seems like the young man has a lot to look forward to.
Absolutely. Komatsu even went as far as calling him a total package. It's clear that Bearman's performance in Jeddah has cemented his position on the radar for Haas's future plans. The upcoming FP1 sessions this year will be crucial in shaping his career.
It's a thrilling time for British racing. Bearman's debut performance has made it 4 Brits in the points for the first time since 1968. Quite an accomplishment, don't you agree?
Undoubtedly. It's a testament to the wealth of talent we have in the British racing world. It's been a while since we've seen this level of representation, and it's an exciting prospect for what lies ahead. William, have a gander at what the online world is saying these days. Any interesting comments?
Well, here's a post from a user called Ferrari Strategist, quote, "Red Bull will not force Verstappen to stay if he wants out," unquote.
Oh, that's quite a statement.
Yes, indeed. And the comment section is buzzing. A user known as Nuclear Candle replied, quote, "In other words, there is an exit clause," unquote. And then Dragon Puncher added, quote, "The clause tied to Marco seemed absolutely true, considering how much everything fell in line after Max pretty much said he was out of there if something happened to Helmut," unquote.
So the exit clause seems quite likely then.
There are more comments pointing in that direction. Village People Cop said, quote, "He can challenge the clause all he wants, but if Max doesn't want to drive the car, he doesn't. He can just park the damn thing in the first corner and end his race. The drivers hold all the power in this equation," unquote.
A bit of a drastic measure, wouldn't you say?
It is, but that sparks an interesting debate about power dynamics in this sport. Genocode conversely stated, quote, "No sane team would hold a driver that doesn't want to drive for them hostage. They'd much rather settle. It would ruin Red Bull's reputation forever if they did hold a driver hostage, especially one of Max's caliber," unquote.
Detailed discussion indeed. Any final comments worth noting?
Yes, one more from Salaheim, who had a rather amusing take on the situation. Quote, "Lol, I love this idea," unquote. Again, showing how diverse the responses can be.
It's clear that Verstappen's possible exit has stirred quite the conversation. I'm sure we'll be seeing how this unfolds in the coming days. Well, that's a wrap for today's episode of F1 Motor Fever podcast, folks. We've had a right good chinwag about the recent races, dissected strategies, and pondered the future of some of our favorite drivers. If you enjoyed our banter, do remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss our daily episodes. Your participation truly means the world to us. So feel free to comment and share our podcast with fellow Formula One enthusiasts.
And don't forget, there's no such thing as a bad time to discuss Formula One. Whether it's over a pint with mates or a Sunday roast with the family, spread the word and get them tuning in too. We're on air every day, so there's always something to look forward to.
Before we sign off, we just want to extend a hearty thanks to all of our listeners. Your support fuels our passion, and we're buzzing to bring you more riveting content in the next episode.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Enzo. So, until next time, always remember our mantra. Enzo and William, pedal to the metal, keep your gaze on the road. Our channel's content is pure gold.